Good evening from Blue Devil Gymnasium, the last home game of the regular season and the season for that matter, as the Quincy High Blue Devils ready to close out 26-3, 10-2 in the conference. They're taking on the Rocks of Rock Island, 23-6 and 11-1. It's Blue Devil basketball, Western Big Six style, right here on MeccaSportsCo.com. And good evening, I'm Jeff Wellman. As we get ready, the bands are rocking. We'll talk about them later on. The pom-pom squad's here, the cheerleaders are ready, the teams are ready, and the stands are starting to fill up. And this is going to be it right here. The Devils have it all right. It's taking care of business, baby, because you got to do it tonight, then turn around on Thursday night and travel to the Rock Garden. And speaking of traveling, one of those guys, spot up some traveling music because he's on the road all the time. Coach Pettit, you're here again tonight, and we should have a great one, and we'll talk about the O'Fallon game on Thursday for the girls. But tonight, it's Blue Devil basketball right here, and as you mentioned, there's no better place to be.
Well, and you know, you're looking at this to where they need to win 2 in a row, you know, against a very, very, very good team that's ranked, well, just right there with Moline, getting, you know, points at 12th in the state. So it's going to be tough. You know, this is very rare where you go Tuesday, Thursday. It's almost like NBA type stuff.
Or postseason.
Tuesday, Thursday, you know, getting ready for it, and Rockies on the other side of the sectional. So I believe the 4 seed on the other side of the sectional. So it's going to be one of those things where if they can get through that, we might be seeing this team again.
And, you know, most of the time, by this time of the season, we've already talked about when Quincy High played a team last year. This is our first time to face Rocky, as we had that game snowed out, iced out. It was weather. But last year on January 6th in 2023 in Blue Devil Gymnasium, the Devils would win that ball game 61-55. Longcore had 20, Brown and Thomas with 12, Clay had 11. KJ Lamonte on the other side had 25, and he led the way for the Rocks. Then we came back on February 7th, went to the Rock Garden. It was a 5-point game, 60-55. So look at that, 1 point difference than the first time. And on that one, Thomas had 18, Longcore had 15, Brown with 12, and Clay with 11. Cameron Atkinson, you remember him, he hit those 3-pointers at Rocky, you know, for 2 straight years. He had 19 points. Lamonte, another 18 points. We'll talk about their lineup because KJ is back this year. But first of all, we're going to go ahead and send it over to Coach Douglas for the pregame. And welcome back to the pregame show, powered by QHS Honda and QHS Hyundai. With me, Andy Douglas. And, Coach, here we are. Last week of the season, this would have been the last game. It is the last home game, but we got the home and home with Rocky. And, you know, we can talk about the great season. We talked about all the boxes we checked off along the way, great wins. But really, those are the things that after the season you sit down and you kind of look over. Because right now it's basically 1 week, 2 games, and one most important one is tonight.
It is, and it's tunnel vision. You know, it's you don't really see too far in the future. It's one, you know, coach's cliche, but one game at a time. And I think our group's done a really good job of handling just that. So I know they're extremely, you know, excited about the opportunity tonight. They know, you know, what's on the line playing tonight, and it's good we get the first one at home. But got to take care of business here, like you like to say, and we've done that all season long. And I'm not, you know, expecting anything different tonight.
Yeah, most of the teams in the conference we've seen or we've run across. Rocky's one of those all year that, you know, we've kind of paid attention to them a little bit. 23-6, of course, they're a little ahead of us there in the conference, and so really don't have a look at what they've got compared to last year.
Yeah, we've watched every game that they've played, so you know we know what they're capable of, and it's a dangerous team. I mean, it's a group of guys that no real true big on the inside, but a lot of guards that can get to the basket, create for themselves, create for others, and you know they have some pretty good shooters out there too. So it's going to be a difficult guard for our guys. You know, with our 5 out there, and you know we're talking after practice and today at school a little bit about it, and you know Keyshawn is, you know, I think a lot of people think, well, I don't know if he can guard on the perimeter. Well, Keyshawn's probably our second best on-ball defender on the perimeter. I mean, he guards really well. He's smart about it, and he's going to have to guard on the perimeter again tonight. So he's done it before. I know he's looking forward to the challenge. You know, in you know, establishing an inside game with him, I think is going to be crucial. We failed at that at Moline mainly because we didn't have one or two passes across half court at Moline. But we got to establish the inside presence that we have in Key and let him go to work early.
That was an interesting stat there, 30 times where you didn't have it there. And, of course, last year this team, we played within 5 and 6 points. We got both victories, but they were both good games out there. Now look at our team. Everybody's been playing pretty good. Camden had that good game at Jackson. We had a lot of good guys playing good ball. First of all, how's Ralph doing with the ankle?
Good. He's practiced a little bit yesterday and got up and down a little bit, so he's doing well. And you said it. Everybody played really well, and I think that was great for this team. Coach Bonas mentioned after we got on the bus at leaving Moline, it's like this could be the best thing that happens to this group is losing a game like this in the way that we lost it. And I think it could be. And I was really happy with how they responded against Jacksonville. It wasn't 1, 2, 3 passes. It was execute the offense, and then hey, you look and see out there, everybody's getting shots and everybody's getting great shots, and our percentages were high because of it.
And we had a little fun, too. Camden got a couple dunks. Bradley got his second. So it's kind of nice when you get out there and have a little fun, too.
Absolutely.
Well, here we go. Let's get after tonight. Taking care of business, as I always say, and we'll catch you after the game.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
And that's Andy Douglas. And, of course, his comments are powered by QHS Honda and QHS Hyundai. Up next, the Blue Devils and the Rocks. Right here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. It's Blue Devil Basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com. And we thank Coach there for joining us in the pregame show. And we thank QHS Honda, the Auto Group, Faith Family, and Giving Back as they've been with us all season long. And we've still got some more. This might be the last week of regular season, but we'll turn right in and get into the postseason as we already did last night as the Lady Devils, the Blue Devil girls, with a big victory last night over Belleville East.
Well, I was going to say, we've already started with the on the ladies' side, so it's going to be a fun ride this year. So please join us.
And speaking of the ride, it's been all season long. Western Big Six. And, of course, this is the chance to win the Western Big Six, or at least, there is no tie now since we're playing them twice. Right now, Rock Island's 11-1. Quincy is 10-2. Moline is 10-3. Sterling's 8-5. East Moline 6-6. Galesburg 3-10. And then it's Geneseo and Alleman 1-11 and 1-12. And, of course, tonight, East Moline is hosting Moline. Could be an upset, but I doubt it, of course, especially at Wharton Field. Well, check that. That is at UT at the Panther Den. Galesburg is hosting Alleman. Geneseo is hosting Sterling. And, of course, probably still the best game in the conference tonight. And maybe the state, as you say, Coach, it's right here.
That's the best game in the state right now. You got number 3 in 4A, which is the Blue Devils, and number 12, in 4A, the Rock Island Rocks down here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. And thing is, they're going to do this all over again a day later.
Indeed.
Well,
and
yeah.
in between,
and it's for the Big Six championship. I've never seen anything like this before because of the way the schedules are usually set up. And this is very, very unique.
Indeed it is. And we'll put a little love in between with Valentine's Day. So for these two teams, the Devils are coming in averaging 65-3. A pretty good comparison between these two teams. Rocky is just 2.7 points behind at 62-6. Defense, the Devils give up 42.1. Rocky gives up 42. So we've got an evenly matched team on the offensive and defensive side. We're 26-3. They're 23-6.
It's going to be who does the better job on the defensive end, deflections, going the other way and getting easy shots. Because, setting up against these two teams, and I'm assuming Rocky's going to come out with their man because that's what they usually do. And, if you make it a half-court game, it's going to be a slugfest, whatever. So you need to defend, get the deflections, and go the other way and get easier baskets. The little 5-footers, the little 7-footers, the little runners. So it's all going to be about defense and pushing the ball with the secondary break, on the offensive end.
Now, if you were there doing your math when I went down these standings in the conference, you'll find out that a couple teams didn't get a full game in 14 tonight. That's because we have to play Rocky on Thursday night.
Yeah.
The other game is East Moline and Geneseo. East Moline will win that game, although Geneseo and Alleman have each gotten better throughout the season. Alleman's gotten better than Geneseo, but then again, that's we've talked about the have and have-nots out there. Now, looking at the other part of the week, tomorrow we get the day off. Thursday you're going to look at Blue Devils going to the Rock Garden. The girls, and that's at 7 o'clock. The girls will travel back to O'Fallon to take on the host, the O'Fallon Panthers.
Well, the defending state champions, down in O'Fallon. So, I mean, that's going to be one of those. And then, once they, beat O'Fallon, then they, out of the pan into the fire, with the number 2 ranked team in the state, Alton. But, I mean, what a tough path to go through for the Lady Devils.
Well, in the same way, Blue Devils have had that same tourist path down in that direction. And, of course, last year, the Devils lost. And, we thought about this. If you'd have said O'Fallon, I would have agreed with you. But I remembered Alton.
Yeah.
We lost to Alton last year. And then Alton, who had beaten O'Fallon twice, ended up losing to O'Fallon on their way to the state title. So, two very good teams in the same conference.
Well,
some tough stuff.
The 4A defending champions, that's who we have next. And then, you got the number 2 ranked team in the state. That's 27-2, something like that. And it's, God, if we're going to get there, but once again, I used to always tell my teams, hey, you're going to have to beat them sometime. So, hey, get them early. Get them out the way, and then go.
Yeah, if you win those 2 games in there, then when you get to the next round, you've eliminated a lot of the competition there, and you can win.
You've still got, and this team with, a couple freshmen starting, this is a great experience for them.
Throughout the night, at halftime, we're going to break down, thanking the scoring table. We'll thank the administration. We'll be going through cheerleaders, pom-pom, the band, throughout the night as well, for those we can, because some of them are awful big numbers there. I was going through that. The senior band members, there's a pretty good number, and pom-pom. But we'll be doing that. We'll also be doing some mentioning out there, and right before the ball game, and I had him because I forgot in Jacksonville. He was a Jacksonville native and alumni, football, I think basketball and baseball too, before he went to Western Illinois. And he pointed me out here because I forgot to, he didn't know if I mentioned him the other night because he wasn't at the game, but he's here tonight, and that's Barry Weary's. Not only a good athlete, but a heck of a doctor, and that's why I've got 2 brand new knees out here. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm ready to run, jump, you talk about anything. So, great man over there.
Run and jump, I got to see that.
I'm ready, Coach.
You know what I mean? I got to see that.
And, of course, we're playing Rock Island tonight. Earlier on the day, I had a couple messages from very good friend, a fraternity brother, and my roommate for a semester, Mark Weiss. He played for Jerry, and he also played at Culver Stockton. He got to play with John Ernst, Steve Muhlenfeld, a couple Blue Devil legends. Also Kurt Hogue, a legend from across town, who may still own the record for points in a game, I think 44. And not sure he got to play with Scott McGaffey, except for maybe away from the Wildcats, because after Bonehead, as we called him, with the tomahawk dunk, after he left, then we had Scott McGaffey, and he could run the floor with that mop top, and he had a good tomahawk as well that he could pull back on.
Good crowd tonight. I'm thinking, if this thing seats 5,000, we got 4,500 in here tonight at least.
We're going to try to get them all in here.
On a Tuesday night, shoot. I mean, this is the place to be in the state of Illinois tonight.
Everybody starts to stand up because they know the routine here is we'll get ready for starting lineup. But first we go through the process of shutting the lights down, getting out the devil, Nate Hessler, for one more time. He's done a great job this year, especially when we mentioned that game earlier. I think it was against Emotep or that, and said, look, it's all going to come down to how good the Devils' performance was. And he did a heck of a job. So, and we won that ball game.
Well, I tell you what, this is going to be one of those knockdown dragouts. I'm thinking, first team to maybe 60, will win this game. But once again, Rocky defends, kind of like the Blue Devils do. So this might be the first one to 50 wins.
Well, both teams with 60 and 40. National anthem. And that right there is Les Fonza. That is taped in there. As Mark Snyder does the announcing normally, but checking your lineup here from up on the board for the Rock Island High School team. The Rocks 23-6, ahead in the conference. I've got up on the board here. You know, the first one I couldn't see here, but I think it is Larry, not Oliver, but Olivier Jr. He's a 6'1" senior. Then Ben Go, he's a 6'3" junior. Number 5, Desmond Jackson, had a decent game there last year against a 6'3" senior. Devontae Cartwright, 6'3" senior. And KJ Lamonte, wearing number 13, he did the scoring last year. Look for him at 6'3" and a senior as well. And of course, the head coach, Mark Polite, or Polite, however you'd like to call that out.
And Lamonte is leading the Big Six in scoring, averaging, you know, close to 18, 19 points a game. So, you know, got to watch him. You know, very athletic, get after it, and, you know, he's long.
Blue Devil basketball, getting ready for the starting lineup. The video board is up right now, so with that, and with Nate Hessler coming out, we're going to turn it over and let the atmosphere take over. Time for the starting lineup. Here we go now. Blue Devils in their home white, trimmed in blue. I asked Ralph how he's doing. A little bit of a ligament, but he looks fine because he's out there in the lineup. He'll wear number 3. He's a senior at 5'10". The other senior, 6'5". Great game the other night. 3 dunks as well. They don't get any more points for them, but they did look nice, style points. Number 4, Camden Brown. The third senior, number 10, Tyler Sprick, 6'3", defense, averaging 4+ rebounds, second on the team in rebounds behind Keyshawn Thomas. Number 12, Bradley Loncourt, the third, BL3. He's a junior, 6'4", leading the team in scoring. And rounding it out, the big man inside, second in scoring, leading in rebounds, 7+ on the boards. Number 42, Keyshawn Thomas. He is a junior at 6'6". And of course, the coaching staff, Andy Douglas, Bruce Bonas, Ryan Brown, and Tom Lepper, 1 day older than 50. Coach, here we go. Of course, the Blue Devils in their home white, trimmed in blue. Other side, we've got the Rocks in their red and yellow. Actually, it kind of looks orangish when it comes together.
I always did like the red and yellow, but not tonight.
Looks good on Iowa State.
Not tonight.
Everybody's ready to rock, and the Devils need to come out early in this one, set the tone. The house is full, and we are ready here. Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit. It's Blue Devil Basketball, Western Big Six style on meccasportsco.com.
And once again, I think Keyshawn's going to be a key tonight underneath the basket. You'll feed him down there, and then he'll kick it out or score.
Devils lose the tip. Desmond Jackson wins the tip. Devils come out man-to-man. Top of the key. That was Jackson to the left side. 5 guys on the perimeter. You heard Coach. That's the way they go. Lamonte to the basket. No good. Good defense by Sprick. Rebounded by Thomas. Here come the Devils' first offensive possession of the game. Rocks.
Good job talking and switching on the defensive end on the first possession by the Devils.
In the right corner, Loncourt with the ball. Starts to make a drive. Kicks it out to the corner. Ralph Wires. 3! One extra pass. Brown gets the assist. Wires gets the first bucket of the ball game.
Great extra pass by Camden on that one.
Devils back on defense. Good help. Sprick blocked the shot of Lamonte, but picking up the rebound. Loose ball, Bengo.
Need to make sure when the ball goes up that everybody gets a body on somebody.
Devils get the shot blocked. Here comes running the other way are the Rocks. And we're going to get our first foul of the game going against the Devils. And we will have free throws from the Rocks on the other end. Foul called on Camden Brown, his first. As we mentioned, team first and the game first. At the line, Larry. Olivier. It's actually but I think it's A like Chevalier. So I'm going with it.
Let's roll, baby.
If it was Lawrence, it'd be Lawrence Olivier. So
well,
there you go.
And I'll tell you what, he's one of their main players, senior-led team, with Rock Island. So, I mean, this is going to be a battle tonight.
First free throw is good. Ties us up at 3-3, 6:50 left in the first quarter. Second one good as well. Rocky takes the lead, 4-3, and they take full court, man-to-man. Here comes Loncourt after the pass to Sprick, all the way to the hole. Off the back of the rim, off the glass. Fighting for the rebound was Thomas. Had a good look, just didn't get it in. Lamonte on the other end goes hard to the hole. And, the last couple of years, he has really improved to be quite the scorer. 6 straight points by Rocky, now leading 6-3.
And he's pretty long at 6'2", 6'3", very strong, gets after it. Oh.
Brown made a cut to the right side on the block. The pass came in from Sprick. Camden was shooting. He will get 2 shots.
Well, no,
they're going to sit on the floor.
What were they looking at?
That's
not what we were looking at.
Trying to check who the foul was on, too, as they're putting up on the board. Devils will have it. Tyler Sprick triggers it. Inside Brown. Brown from the same spot misses. Keyshawn strong board. No good. Keyshawn keeps it going, but no. Comes away. Rebound by Desmond Jackson. Some good looks there by the Devils.
Well, once again, this has a sectional type feel. Getting up, physicality, getting after it.
Left hand 3 from outside. Popping that one. Olivier. He's got 5. 9 straight points by the Rocks. By the way, that foul was on Lamonte. Loncourt drives in. Ball comes back out high. Ralph Wires to the right side. Loncourt's being guarded by Jackson. Back to the top. Left side Wires. In the high post is Keyshawn Thomas. Guarding him is Cartwright. Devontae Cartwright was in that lineup. Thomas goes to the basket. Good job, and coming underneath, low below the basket. The Rocks should have never got in there because Thomas was already to the basket, and he was a little bit in that college, half circle there.
Yeah, the half circle. He was underneath the basket and took the charge, but can't do that. That was a good drive by Keyshawn.
Coach, you're going to crack up at this in a second. When I was doing my books the last couple days, every time I thought about the girls during the boys, I wrote down the wrong one in there. I actually put Taylor Foey in. Here's number 42 for the night. 9-6 after completion. Keyshawn with it. Getting close to 5 minutes left, first quarter action. Rocks lead 9-6.
Good hedge by Keyshawn on that screen.
Rocks with the basketball. That's Jackson trying to back in. Comes back out high. Bringing it over to this side is Cartwright to the right. Cartwright and Zulu. That's Lawson Zulu in there, number 3. And they work it around the perimeter. That's where they're at. Lamonte. Good job of switching. Thomas beats him to the basket. Ball has to come back out to the wing. Good defense by the Devils.
Good patience by the Rocks, be honest with you. Ooh.
Lamonte drives, finger roll, no good. Keyshawn Thomas, rebound for the Devils. In transition. You gave it to the big man, all the way in with the left hand. Good! Longcourt gets the assist. Keyshawn gets the bucket. Feed me, Seymour, feed me.
Well, when the big guy runs the floor and beats his other guy down there, you got to give him the ball.
Wow, that was interesting over there. Is going to get the ball. Zulu lost the handle. When he pulled that back, I didn't see it go straight down and hit the line, but it was right in front of the bench, and I'm sure Coach let him know. 4:20 left, first quarter action. Devils within 1 with the basketball. Down 9-8. Longcourt at the top. Left side to Sprick. He'll come around the screen. Ball goes back to the top. Wires has it. Thomas gives him a screen. Wires starts to make a move. We'll reset to the top. Keyshawn is in the high post. And Camden Brown gets called for a travel. Must have drug a foot or something. Now what Camden needs to do is just shake it and say, okay, not sure what I did, but we'll get back to action here.
Or you go down and talk with the official and say, okay, what'd I do? I won't do it again.
Lamonte has the basketball. Keyshawn on him. There's the switch. Longcourt's got him. Kicks it into the right corner. Shot from 3. No good. Jackson. Rebound. Keyshawn. Outlet. Sprick comes in. Oh, and Sprick does the Euro step. Good job there by Sprick, and I'm going to talk about the Euro step at halftime.
He did the BL3 move right there with the lay-in, over the finger roll.
The Euro step, of course, is a portmanteau, and you'll hear more about that at halftime. Devils with the lead 10-9. Lamonte has the ball. Tries to make a drive. Double team. Goes in the corner, and a three-pointer from the corner. That was Zulu. Rocks regain the lead after the Devils had a 7-point run. Longcourt. And you've got guys helping you there in the right corner. Wires will set it back up. Down in the low block now. Keyshawn's going to flash up to the high. And there's the backdoor cut. Keyshawn. And Keyshawn gets bumped. Actually, Keyshawn almost tripped on his own foot. And then when he finally turned, there was a rock there. And so he'll get whistled for the foul for the Rocks.
Love how Longcourt running, being the director out there going, okay, go back door. And then Keyshawn went right behind him. Nice lob pass for, easy look, except he got fouled.
Dom Clay's in. Camden Brown comes out. Devils have the basketball in their half-court set. Longcourt through the legs. Longcourt, pick and roll.
Nice
Keyshawn
pass.
strong to the hole, misses, gets his up board, misses that one. Don Clay tried to get it going. Zulu with the rebound for the Rocks. In transition, right corner, shot from 3, no good. Weak side, Sprick keeps it alive. Last touch by the Rocks. Blue Devil basketball.
I thought it was last touch by Sprick, but we'll take it.
Fighting there was Larry Olivier, Jr.
Oh, you've got to put a body on these Rocks when that shot goes up. You need to talk. You need to put a body on them because they're going to fly to the basket. They're smaller, they're quick, they're athletic.
Keyshawn lost his shoe down here and still went down the other end. They're doing the left shoe. That's kind of funny because in one of the games the other day, maybe football, maybe it's the Super Bowl, they talked about shoes coming off and how they never came off.
I like those shoes. I should get a pair of them.
We'd look good in them. Full court pressure by the Rocks. 2:20 left first quarter. Rocks lead 12-10. Ralph Wires brings it down. Sprick in the left corner, right corner Dom Clay. Sprick comes up, down the low block, Keyshawn Thomas. Ball works to the right side. BL3, Sprick behind the screen, top of the key, good! Thomas should get part of that assist. Longcourt's going to get the assist, and Sprick's going to hit the 3.
I'd give Coach Douglas an assist on that because that was a nicely run, executed play.
Sprick already with 5 points. And when he scores, much like our guards on our girls' team, it opens things up. Rocks with the basketball.
That's one guy that Rock Island can't move back on if he's going to hit those shots, and it's going to open things up for the rest of them.
Cartwright made a drive to the hole, got through it. Dom Clay tried to help out. Cartwright gets the bucket.
Oh.
Longcore goes all the way to the hole, and KJ Lamonte, and if that was him, I believe that's his second foul.
Yep.
Longcore will go to the line.
Good take by BL3, seeing the opening, taking it strong to the hole, and you know, finishing like he did.
Now I have 14-13. Rocks up. The board, there it is. I see, Coach,
13, yep.
I looked at it for 30 seconds, knowing I was right, and I almost erased it. 14-14 after Longcore hits the first free throw. 1:29 left, first quarter action. Wellman and Pettit, Blue Devils and Rocks, meccasportsco.com.
No better place to be.
Lots of good people out tonight watching the ball game. Second one good. Longcore's in the scoring column. First free throws for the Devils. No, I take that back. Keyshawn completed the and one.
Oh, he stole it.
Here's a steal. Longcore in. Longcore throws down the dunk. Longcore with the dunk after the steal. He got one the other night at Jacksonville. Devils up 17-14.
Well, once again, defense turning into easy offense for the Blue Devil.
Now see, Lamonte, I see only one on the board now for him. He's driving in there, and it looks like a good steal. Sprick reached down. That's all right, Devils. Well, I swear I had Lamonte for it. Maybe they gave that last one to Zulu. He wears a 3-2. He just doesn't wear a 1 in front of it. Now Lamonte comes out. Foul was whistled at BL3, his first, Devils second.
Hate to say it, but I don't like the pace of this game. I mean, this is 80-point pace, and that's not where the Blue Devils want to play.
Devils have played to their opponents this year with some good ones, so, you know, we're talking Chaminade, East St. Louis, Emotep, so.
Oh, those are 60-point games, not 80.
Left corner, no good. BL3 gets the rebound. Goes down with one hand, still comes up with the ball. In the half court, Dom Clay, corner, Ralph Wires. Cuts through, back out, BL3 for 23. Oh, rattles in, rattles out. It was in for a second.
Well, once again, hitting the paint and then pushing it out, stepping for the three.
All right, now in that play, Coach, I saw it develop, and as Cartwright started to drive, Tyler had a great opportunity to slide one more step over and take the charge. He didn't. That's when Cartwright got through the seam, and Clay had to help out, and I believe, I thought Dom was getting called for it, but Tyler gets called for the foul. Third on the Devils, 3 also on the Rocks, 27.8 left first quarter action. Free throw no good off the front of the iron. That's Devontae Cartwright. 5 of the guys on one side, that's the Rocks have scored for the Devils. So both teams using their offense and using the guy that's open off of sets. Of course, more sets for us than them. Second one is good. Cartwright hits 1 of 2. 17-15. Devils by 2 with the basketball.
Let's get the last shot here. Get a good look. 2 or 3.
Go up. Ben out there. Where's number 2? Out near half court. Longcore starts the drive, backs it up. Now pulls up for 22. Good! Longcore for 3. He said, I've got you man on man. Mano y mano. The last shot of the quarter. And it wasn't Keyshawn's. The buzzer was already over after 1 quarter at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Listen to the crowd. Blue Devils 20, Rocks 15. It's Blue Devil basketball on the Western Big Six style. And it's meccasportsco.com. Nice quarter there, Coach. I'll tell you what, Devils get the lead there. And I'll tell you, Bradley Longcore, as each game comes around, you know, we talk about different skills in that. You can tell when he took that ball, he was using his dribbling and his offensive skills to create space, and he feels it.
Well, and, you know, I'll be honest with you, when Coach Douglas and I talked after his first game as a freshman, you know, I looked at him and I threw out the word moxie. And to this day, you know, he steps up, he wants the ball in his hands, during the game, big spots. He wants the ball in his hands, and he's going to make a big play. So whether it be a pass or whether it be a shot, and he hasn't changed at all, since freshman year, first game I saw him.
And by the way, I got to look over here. I saw George Cacard, and of course my doc. Here's the guys from two different companies here in town, sharing a handshake and a little chat there. I love to see that. George, of course, helped with my knees before I met Barry Wearies. Don Kelly, I ran into him before the ball game. We chatted for a while. We haven't seen each other for a long time. Of course, Don, as an assistant in the Blue Devil program, also the head golf coach for years for that distinguished program. Devils will start off the second quarter up 20-15 with the basketball. Wires, Longcore, Clay, Sprick, and Keyshawn Thomas.
I still think we need to go underneath the Keyshawn, let him work his magic in there.
Keyshawn has it now off the high post. Goes into Longcore, who gets immediately double teamed. Goes Sprick, now in Keyshawn. The short hook, no good. Boy, point blank, he had a good look.
I'll take that all day long.
I will too.
All day long.
And I'll take it when it goes in 60% of the time. Rocks with the basketball. At the point, Cartwright sends it left side. Staying out there, Zulu fires for three, no good. Ball hits the floor. That's how good the rebounding was. Clay out to Wires. Wires scores. Clay the assist. Wires the release and the basket.
Once again, good defense by the Blue Devils, pushing the ball in the secondary break, and 1-2 passes, layup.
KJ Lamonte on the right side, the leading scorer in the conference, gives the ball up, ends up to the left side to Bengo. Back to the top. That's Cartwright. It's on the right wing. Cartwright got the ball back on the corner. He's got to come back out high. Zulu has it. Good job by the Devils on the perimeter. Lamonte has it left side. He'll pull up for three. No good, weak side. Tyler Sprick rebound.
Great
Outlet.
challenge by Keyshawn.
Wires, trailer, Longcore through the legs. Longcore misses. Ralph Wires keeps it alive. And good job, and I'm glad he didn't twist his ankle. Ralph kept it alive and almost saved it. Ball did go out of bounds.
Once again, the effort on the glass on both sides of the floor have been tremendous tonight for the Blue Devils.
Substitution, Cameron Wires comes in for his brother, Ralph Wires. He'll pick up at the point. He's got Zulu. That's Zulu. That's just a good name for a launching from outside.
Star Wars?
Yeah, any of those military type. I'm not sure what comes before Zulu. Usually that means Z. Right side, Lamonte. Good switch. Longcore has him. Back to the top. Jackson sends it to the left wing. Bringing it out in front. Stopping. Good job by the defense. And a drive inside. Cartwright had nowhere to go. Went to the left side to Jackson. Luckily for the Rocks, the Devils touched it. Tyler Sprick's going to get a break. Checking who. Oh, Camden Brown comes back in. So, Cameron Wires, Longcore, Thomas, Brown, and Clay. 6 minutes left in the first half.
Better job on the defensive end by the Blue Devils the last 4 to 5 minutes, shutting down the Rocks.
22-15, Devils do lead. Devils knocked out of bounds right in front of their own bench. Andy Douglas and his staff in black pullovers like we have on Mecca.
Well, yes. We're matching.
Gray pants. They're wearing khakis or gray. Lamonte drives in. Halftime, I'll talk about who I saw in the coach's locker room in the pregame. Back to the top of the key. Jackson to the right side. Trying to drive baseline. And it was a Euro step. Ooh.
Oh.
He got the Euro step. That's twice I've used that in this broadcast.
Good job by Dom Clay moving his feet. Almost got to the spot to where he could have got the charge. But, he keeps doing that. We'll be fine.
Dom's first foul. In the out of bounds. Right three, no good. Clay went up strong, got the rebound. Coming down. There was a hand there.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Yeah, the scrum. Oh.
Just as Clay brought the ball down, it was knocked away. Dom tried to save it.
And there's Coach Bruner over there. He got his hands up in the air.
Oh, he'll tell you, too.
Scratching his head.
I sat with him in the first game, and he told the official in the first game, what are you doing? It's a 30-point game. Why are you making that call?
Love it.
He still coaches. 5:30 left in the quarter and the half. Lamonte, good help by Clay. Thomas and Clay teamed up there. BL3. Cameron Wires passes the three. Don Clay from 24. No good. Weak side. Cam Brown and tipped as Brown was up high. Desmond Jackson came under, so it'll be Blue Devil basketball on their own baseline. Right in front of Gary Farha and Carl Rylander. Cameron wires the trigger. Tandem, Thomas and Brown. Brown will go away. Ball comes out to the top. Longcore all the way in, and we're going to get 2 shots as Desmond Jackson doesn't come up quick enough, and by the time he realized that Longcore was right at the basket, he did nothing. In fact, he should have just got out of the way and let Longcore go, and whoever's behind you help out.
Well, I'm kind of old school, love when the Blue Devils take the ball to the basket, and try to finish it off. So, great drive by BL3.
Bradley hits the first one. Also at halftime, found the color of Miley's shoes, by the way.
Lavender.
You're gonna love that. That would be an old school color. You'll like it. And the name is one I was looking for too. Longcore hits 2 of 2. He's 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. He's got 9 points in the ball game. Devils lead 24-15. Approaching 5 minutes left in the first half. Back to the 5 from the Rocks on the perimeter. Little high-low.
Well, once again, the defensive intensity, has picked up for the Blue Devils here, last 5-6 minutes.
Lamonte with a good drive. Thomas did a great job on D, but the ball got over to Ben Go, who made a cut to the basket. It took 3.5 minutes for the Rocks to score in this quarter. Cameron Wires faked the pass, shoots the 3 and hits it. Great ball fake there by Cameron Wires. He fakes to the right wing, the defense shifts, and he hits the J.
Says from BL3 on that one.
Cartwright down to Lamonte. Lamonte's drive, and he steps on the line. And I got to tell you, Camden was there that time. Keyshawn has been matching up with him quite well on the perimeter. More physical than most guys he's guarded, and Keyshawn is moving his feet.
So how many points have we given Rocky this quarter? I believe 2.
Yes.
Defense has picked up, and it's turned into easy offense.
Devils have the basketball, approaching 4 minutes left in the quarter and the first half. Lead by 10, 27-17. Right side, Clay. Drives in the middle. Clay all the way to the hole. Finger roll. Oh, about the 3rd or 4th one that have rolled out. Great move there. Rocks start to make a drive. Cameron Wires, he's going to be committing the foul. Driving the ball to the basket was Larry Olivier Jr. For Cameron, it's his first foul. For the Devils, their second in the second quarter. Rocks have 1.
Love the offensive aggressiveness, of the Blue Devils tonight, taking the ball to the hole. And they've missed 3 or 4 easy ones, but keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Oh, and a horrible pass inside, but Camden Brown did a good job of coming down and taking it away. In transitions. Good pass. Oh, and a good reverse, and another one point blank.
Yep.
BL3, little bounce pass there to Keyshawn coming down the right baseline. He did the reverse, but the ball rolled off the iron.
This could be a 15 to 20 point lead right now, but hopefully it doesn't hurt the Blue Devils down the road.
KJ Lamonte, and Lamonte with the finger roll. Good defense again. And of course, here's Olivier going, come on, you got to pass the ball, or hang in there, it'll be all right. Devils had the rebound, but Dom was falling down. Tried to throw it out to the wing, ends up in the 3rd row.
Well, he was falling down because he was battling for the board. So, hey, gosh, keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Right there in front by the Rhodes in the front row in the old Cheryl Hanks seats. Rocks with the basketball. Cartwright being guarded by Brown. KJ Lamonte being guarded by Keyshawn now at the top. Keyshawn backs off a step to the right side. Good job by Ben, but he almost swung an elbow there. The 3 is no good from outside. Here come the Devils. Dom Clay. Here's a finger roll and a foul. And that was sweet, too. That was George Gervin-like as he got up and then decided to flip it. Almost hit the shot, but Dom Clay will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, once again, defense turning into easy offense and, driving the ball hard to the hole and trying to finish. So, great job by the Blue Devils tonight.
I believe Desmond Jackson, his second on the Rocks in the second quarter. 2:59 left in the second quarter still. 27-17. Dom missed the first one. I think they're trying to change the foul. Yep, they are. They're saying that was not Jackson. That was number 0, Olivier Jr., his first. Dom Clay's second free throw is good. Clay goes 1 for 2. Devils so far on the night, 6 out of 7. Lead 28-17. Back in man-to-man in the half-court set. Lamonte gets checked off. Good job of switching. Keyshawn does a great job in the middle. And a three-pointer from the left corner. Check that, the right corner. Olivier. Only 2 shots made by the Rocks in this quarter. 1 a deuce and that 3.
Coach not real happy with Dom Clay not getting out and challenging that shot.
Olivier now is reaching on there. That should be his second foul. 3rd foul on the Rocks. 2 on the Devils. Dom gets a break. Cameron goes back out too. Ralph Wires and Tyler Sprick back in the game. Longcord, Thomas, and Brown, the starting lineup in there right now. 2:30 left.
This next couple minutes is going to be big. You know, if the Blue Devils can stretch this lead out, look good in the second half.
Wires picked up the ball. Luckily, Sprick comes and gets it. That's what you like. Come to the ball. Wires drives. Nobody ticks him up. Wires all the way to the hole. Good job by Ralph. He gets it on the right wing, and they're guarding our shooters, and Ralph's one of them, but they give him a lane to the hole.
That reminded me of Collinsville a couple years ago.
Yep.
Only on the other side.
And not as many steps. Good defensive help there. Longcore and Sprick stopping Cartwright. Longcore's going to stop. His 3, no good. Rocks get the rebound. Here comes KJ Lamonte. And Longcore got beat by a step a little bit.
Well,
but he leaned in.
From like the elbow down to the corner. So
yeah, Bradley actually had a heck of a push there. It's his second foul. Dom's going to come in. I think Bradley probably be taking a seat. No, it's going to be Cam Brown. 1:47 left until half. 30-20. As we mentioned, boy, so many. We had that early in the season where balls rolled out. I think one of the games that kind of came back to get us. Just keep taking it to the hole. In the high post is Cartwright for the Rocks. He'll pop up, get the ball, sends it to the left to KJ Lamonte. Lamonte's got Sprick on him. Lamonte's been stopped, and Sprick's giving him a step. Back to the right side. Go. Kicks it to the top. No shot taken there by Cartwright. To the left wing. Wires has D there. Quickly back to the right side. Lamonte. Good switch there. Now we got Dom Clay on him instead of BL3. Bradley's got 2. On the left side, Cartwright passes it. Drives in front. No good. Rebound, Devils. It's Ralph Wires. Ralph running behind the back. Oh, my. Oh, my. What grade school are you refereeing at? Ralph Wires made a point-blank stop, and they called an offensive foul, his first. That was the most junior high elementary call I have ever seen. And now let's get back to play. 103.
Ever? I don't know about that.
Ever. That was not even a call. Lamonte will bring it across. What the Devils need to do is D it up, take it down the other way, and throw one down. Lamonte works left side. 52 seconds left in the half. Back to the top. Switched his pivot foot out top. Olivier backs it out all the way to the Devil's beard.
Well, and Keyshawn's coming out after him, so my goodness.
Now you got Lamonte out here with Sprick guarding him. He'll get a screen, but Keyshawn will pick him up. Down to 33. Keyshawn, good job. Lamonte falling down, sends it right side. 3 is no good. Tracking it down is Dom Clay. Dom coming down the right side.
Good pullback. 20 seconds to go, get the last shot.
You're up 10, look to go up 12-13. Wires at half court to Sprick. Into the high post, now stepping out is Thomas.
10 seconds, about time.
Sprick fires a 3, good! Sprick hits the 3, hits the floor too, but great shot there. A little soon, but we'll take it. Half court, and a shot. Traveling, yes, okay. I thought they were going to sneak a foul in on us, but instead they're going to go ahead and say, that's the half. We've played 16 exciting minutes here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Your Blue Devils 33, the Rocks 20. This is Western Big Six style, this is postseason style, and this is Blue Devil basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com. And the band takes us to halftime, which we love. Justin Ebbing there coming down. Justin, one of our fine officers of the law, as he worked from Brown County to Quincy to state trooper. Nice job there. And his mom's birthday tonight. So Lori Quavillion, happy birthday. She is 65. And as I mentioned today, you don't look like the 65-year-old grandma that we grew up with. So that's basically saying, Lori, you don't have them flabby arms. And she works out every day and walks. It's halftime here as the Pom-Pom squad comes out. Devils led 20-15 at the first quarter, Coach. They scored 13 points, but only gave up 5 in the second quarter.
Well, and defensively, they picked it up from probably, 2-3 minutes to go in the first quarter to all the second quarter. That's the kind of defense that you're looking for the Blue Devils. And, they turn that defense with the deflections, into easy looks, driving the ball to the hole hard, in the second quarter.
And, Coach, think about it. We had how many balls rolled out?
Oh, we had at least 3 or 4 that you look at, it's like, should have got them. But, once again, this could be a 20-point game. But right now we're up by, 13, I believe?
And it's only halftime, so you've got another half to play. And you're going to have to do it.
I mean, they've had opportunities, which, that's all you can do, as a coach is, put them in the right situation to be successful. And, Coach Douglas done a heck of a job tonight.
Pom-Pom squad out there tonight. Congratulations to the Pom-Pom squad this year. They've done a great job. Many of them are on dance squads as well. Also the wrestlers coming up this weekend. It is the individual state on Thursday to Saturday. By the way, I did not realize this. Individual states this weekend, they still have team state for wrestling a week later on that. So good luck out there to Owen Uppinghouse. He is still undefeated at 51-0. We mentioned in our broadcast last time that, we thought Dave Adams said that he got third. No, that was Briar Newbold got third. He is 44-6. Both guys go to state, and I believe it is the 175 and 160. Oh, darn it. I'll double check that.
So you got big kids going at it then.
Well,
it's
not the 285 heavyweight, but these guys are. So congratulations and good luck, Owen and Briar.
Definitely
should be a great one out there. Also, Coach, we've talked about it's kind of fun. You heard Eurostep a couple times. We've talked about Eurasian. We've combined some words. And I kind of threw out that was a word salad. Well, word salad's a little bit different. Word salad basically means when you ramble on. And I don't know that Lily Tomlin did such a good job that back in the day where she'd change topics when she was talking. But it's when you basically just talk in circles and you make no sense at all. We do
that a lot.
What you do makes sense, Coach. So I found the word that I think we're looking for, portmanteau, okay? Portmanteau, it's a French word. It means two-part suitcase. So you go, well, how does that get to our vernacular or our terminology of stuff? Well, it basically is French for port, and that is to carry, or manteau, which is to cloak. It's 2 words like 2 suitcases. So basically, portmanteau is when you take 2 words, take half of each one, put them together to make a word. All right, so let's say labradoodle. Labrador, poodle, labradoodle. Okay, smog, smoke, fog, smog. So words you've used, 3-peat. You got to love that. That's repeating in 3, right there. So here's a term I never heard, mocktail. It is a non-alcoholic cocktail.
Oh,
there you go. Now for you younger kids, email, electronic mail, that is a portmanteau, or podcast. It's iPod and, of course, broadcast combined, or even metaverse, which is beyond me. It's the universe for social connection. So I'm not there. So when we are spelling those words out, and one of those words, the Eurostep, and of course, did a little research on this. You never really heard it until about 2007. First confirmed, when media used it. And the NBA actually put it in their rules in 2009 that you can get 2 steps. But it came way back when in 1960. Of course, you remember Tony Kukoc, who played for the Bulls and played for Croatia. He wasn't around in the 60s, but he was one of the first to bring it around. And, of course, Ginobili. Ginobili does it so well. He, of course, did it in the Italian League. but he goes back to Argentina. All right.
Manu Ginobili.
Yes, indeed. Ginobili. And so
that's what Pops called him when he drafted him.
So I imagine when he was back there in Argentina, probably hanging out and playing soccer with Messi. Of course, Messi now playing for Miami. And right now, Coach Longo is in Florida and said, wow, you worked Messi and soccer into a basketball game. That's pretty impressive. Well, Coach Longo, there's a shout out for you. But so, yes, it was, in fact, the version of it came in 1960. A longtime coach, Vladi Durovic, he's the one that mentioned it in an article. And so there you have the Eurasian or the Euro step and the history. And the guy that really made it, I guess, the end of it all. Coach, I don't know if you know this guy or not. You ever seen that name?
No. Oh, I got him on a basketball, so
Do you really?
That'd be worth about, I think, $750.
Giannis
Giannis
Antetokounmpo.
The Greek freak.
Oh, it is unbelievable.
The
it
Greek
is
freak.
7, 8, 9,
hey,
10,
well,
11,
it's
12.
a good thing we don't have to call his name out because I still haven't got it right.
And I've called people like Katashana Didic, who was a 6'6" girl that played from Europe and played against Culver Stockton first game of her year at 6'6". She would have played Division I, but she was too old. Her sister did play D1. So, well, anyway, thank you for your patience there with us tonight as we learn a little English. And I maybe did a little word salad there as people went, did he make any sense at all? And by the way, Owen Uppinghouse is in the 165, and Newbold is in the 175 class out there. All right, let's go back to the last night real quick. We're down in O'Fallon. The Blue Devil girls win their ball game 68-30. O'Fallon wins their game 65-22. So it's a matchup on Thursday night at 6 o'clock against the host school. Winner of that will play the winner of Alton and Edwardsville. And, of course, last year the Devils lost to Alton first, and then Alton lost to O'Fallon on their way to the state title. So EMS went up there, and I was a little worried that somebody in the stands needed some attention.
The girls have a tough road to hoe, so to speak, and
much like our freshmen 2 years ago. Remember?
Well, the O'Fallon team, that's going to be a tough ball game. I mean, O'Fallon's already beat them by 20 plus.
Third game of the year, though.
Third game of the year. We're going to have to play a lot better than we did that game, but O'Fallon, state tested. Won the state championship last year after they beat Alton, in the sectionals. So, if we can get through O'Fallon for the, regional finals, then we get Alton, first round of the sectionals. If we can get those two games, watch out for the Lady Blue Devils because, we might be at Redbird Arena.
Raiders, of course, beat their opponent last night, Nate Jacksonville. They'll turn around and play a host school as well at the same. Well, they'll play at 6 o'clock at Jerseyville, and that'll be the same night as well. So good luck to them. In 4A tonight is at Wharton Fieldhouse in the girls. East Moline plays Moline. Moline is the host, and then after that,
well, I'll take East Moline in that one.
I would, and yeah, I think so too. Bradley Bourbonnais and Rock Island will be right behind that. So 3 of the schools from the Western Big Six in that Wharton Fieldhouse matchup in that regional. And we'll be bringing you all the other action as well. Some of the things I do want to break into there while we're at halftime. Normally we do this sometimes on the road. Thank you to the Quincy High School administration this year. Jody Steinke, the principal, Matt McClellan, our athletic director, and of course Kyleen Hohensteiner, her secretary in there. The assistant principal, Chris Klingel. Bill Sanders, he's floating around still as an assistant principal. Your junior high principal, Brenda Fleer. The assistant, and of course, of student services, Rick Owsley. Andy Hoskins, of course, his dad was here in the system, assistant principal of school management. And Amber Wicker, the assistant principal of curriculum and instruction. We mentioned earlier, of course, the pom-pom squad and the band. How about that scoring table? Alan Ippetson, the scorer, Dick Winter, the clock, John Durhickey, the scoreboard, and Blaine Barnes as well on the scoreboard. Mark Snyder, your announcer. On the digital board, helping us out this year, Heather Colombo, and of course, her boss, head of IT, Daniel Ware, got us on and why you've got such a great signal. Matt Leapart takes care of the gymnasium. Steve Nieswinter is also in charge there. Hey, rocking the pep band and keeping everybody in line. Jeff Duffy. Matt Burr is in charge of sound up there. Penny Little. She's got the cheerleaders and the pom-pom squad, Samantha Landwehr. That's a pretty good run right there, Coach, of people, and I'm going to end up, after saying something about the band and pom-pom, I've only got 6 cheerleaders or 7. I am going to mention them. Katie McKay, Aubrey Poole, Jaden Green, Lauren Nappad, Liv Wiggin, and we always wave to her dad, Cameron England, Jaden Warning, and not pictured, Haley Woodward. Awesome. We're ready for second half action. That halftime flew pretty fast. And the Rocks will have the ball to start in the second half. Devils have the lead 33-20. Wellman and Pettit are still here. MechaSportsCo.com.
So we got a 5-point second quarter they gave up, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And great defensive job by the Devils.
Awesome job. Devils with their starting lineup back out there. Ralph Wires, as Keyshawn does a great job on Lamonte. Wires, Longcore, Brown, Sprick, and Thomas in the home white. Playing D right in front of us. Other side, right side 3, no good from long range. Thomas keeps it alive. Brown has it then. 3 was taken over there by Zulu. Inside, no good on the shot. Brown twisted back, tried a little finger roll.
Well, another one of those, in tight, looks that we don't get fouled on, that we miss the layup.
Longcore tries to pick up Lamonte. Problem is, he had his hand straight up, but he was moving. He should have stayed solid, and that's Longcore's 3rd foul. Official said you brought him in. Lamonte is going to go to the line to shoot. He's only got 2 points, and that was way back in the first quarter.
Devils have done a great job on Lamonte defensively tonight.
Cartwright stays in there, and Jackson on the free throw. And Lamonte completes the and 1. He did not have 2 because he counted the basket. So the first score of the second half, 3-pointer there by KJ Lamonte. Devils in their half-court set. Thomas off the left side. Longcore looked to make a backdoor cut. It wasn't there, but he gets the ball in the short corner. Zips it to the right side, but you tried to zip it right through the defense. Stealing the ball with the Rocks.
More like to see him take the ball to the hole.
Indeed. Right side, almost throwing the ball away. Larry Olivier Jr. with the basketball. Jackson still in there. Lamonte with the basketball. Cartwright also. Shot taken on the baseline. Oh, and he got every part of the rim, every part of the backboard, and back every part of the rim.
Twice.
And Lamonte's got 5 in this quarter. All 5. It's an 8-point game, 33-25. Missed one of our players here. I'll get him back here for the Rocks. Sprick high. He's got Olivier on him. Inside, we've got a foul. It's a hold. And I'm going to say it's Desmond Jackson, and it is his 2nd foul, the first against the Rocks in the second half.
Good job by Keyshawn down on the block trying to get position. And, the Rocky guy, 6'2", Keyshawn 6'6", he worked, he got it, and got the foul.
Approaching 6 minutes left, third quarter action. Longcore has the ball with a dribble. Oh, and he tries to bounce it inside. Thomas couldn't get it. Picked up there by Olivier, and then he throws a pass just outside Lamonte. Lamonte should have taken the time to catch it with both hands. I think he was trying to grab one hand and pull up for the 3. One of the few times he might not have been contested. So in the backcourt, Olivier, Cartwright, and Lamonte. Also Jackson in the lineup. And Garden there, he gave up Thomas. Wires at the point now. Lamonte on him. Right side, Brown skips the 3. Ball goes to the left side into the left corner.
Get it down low.
And they're going for a double team on Thomas, so somebody's got to be open. Good job by Sprick all the way to the hole. Another one of them just goes off, but Thomas gets the rebound. Thomas kept the ball going, but maybe as he's fallen, he must have put both hands on the ball because it was called double dribble. Or unless he grabbed it after a dribble and then dribbled again. There we are, point blank again for the Devils.
Yep.
Sprick with a great move.
There's been at least 5 or 6, occasions tonight where, if we would have finished, gosh, we'd be up by, 15, 18 points.
Yep, if ifs and nuts were candy and nuts, ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it'd always be Christmas time.
Well, you don't like to see that because, it could come bite you in the butt.
1-2-2 from the Devils, three-quarter court with Camden Brown at the point. It gets into the front court, and Thomas with a great job with a slap. Usually don't slap down, but Thomas showing quick hands.
Well, I don't like the point where the guy got down to the block and started shooting it without anybody, challenging him up at the elbow.
Rocks with the basketball, Zulu. Knocked right back at him from Thomas. Man-to-man still coming from the Devils, although Thomas is guarding the basket. Olivier goes way out behind the arc. He gets it. The southpaw thought about it. Lamonte on the right wing. Wires is there, and Thomas is waiting for him when he comes on the dribble. Skips left side into the corner. Olivier Jr. Three-pointer is good from the left corner. He's got 3 of them in the ball game, 1 in each quarter. We got an 8-point run here, now only a 5-point lead by the Devils. Wires back out to Brown. Brown will bring it up to top. Loncourt will send it to the right side and quickly back to Bradley. Here's a screen at the top. Lamonte came out, but Desmond Jackson doing too much riding on the hip. He's got Lamonte sneaking up behind him. So for Jackson, he doesn't want to commit the foul because we got a quick double team coming. Dom Clay comes in. Cam Brown checks out. For Jackson, that should be his 3rd foul. Rocks have 2. Devils only 1. 5 minutes exactly. 3rd quarter action. Loncourt goes in the backcourt. The fans, the student section behind coach and the Devils in blackout tonight. Standing this whole section for the whole time, I think. Wires at the top. Looked in, Thomas wasn't there. Sprick on the right. Thomas getting position. Thomas is getting hung up there by Cartwright. Here goes, a great job by Wires.
Another one of those layups right there.
He saw it, so he took it to the hole because nobody was there to help, and the ball went to the weak side. Well, let's just hope it's not one of those nights where those come back to haunt us. Lamonte drives out in front. Kicks it out, 23-footer. Olivier, no good. And on the back is Jackson. Would have been his 4th foul. And instead they give it to Lamonte in the left corner for a 3-pointer. And I'll tell you what, I thought it was some good screening out here, and somebody was riding Dom Clay, and Dom's going over saying, hey, what happened there? Well, just push back a little bit more this time. 4:09 left in the 3rd. We got a 2-point game, 33-31, Devils still lead.
Well, and once again, first 4 minutes of this quarter, the defense has not been there. We were at 20 at halftime. We've given up 11 points here, in the first 4 minutes of the 3rd quarter. I mean, we're on a 20-point run, for a 3rd quarter, and that's not how the Blue Devils win.
Indeed, gave up 15 in the 1st quarter, only 5 in the 2nd quarter. And the 3rd quarter, as Coach mentioned,
11.
The first 11 points,
yep,
unanswered by the Devils, although the Devils have been point blank. Sprick's ball rolled out, Wires' ball rolled out. I'd say we have at least 7 or 8 of those balls tonight that have come off the iron. Eric Stratman in the 2nd row. Of course, after talking about Tom Barry, and we're going to talk about those girls. By the way, the girls did win 3 20-win seasons in a row in the 90s. They took a year off, and the next year they went to state with a 20-game season with Ruth Kipping. And that was Tom Barry, along with Coach Hendrick, Gary, who we always talk to. Full court pressure coming from the Rocks. Wires in the backcourt, Lamonte's on him. Gets a screen from Sprick and a switch. Into the half court now, under 4 minutes left in the 3rd. Keyshawn pops up with the ball. Lamonte switched off, he's got him. Inside Loncourt. Loncourt in strong and fouled from either in front or behind or both. Jackson came from behind, but on the top was Larry Olivier Jr., his 3rd foul. So you've got 0 with 3 and 5, Jackson and Olivier.
Love that set, high-low, getting BL3 down on the block, where, his 6'4" frame against a 6-foot, 5'11" kid. I'll take that all day long.
So at the 3:50 mark, Devils finally score in this quarter. Took us 4 minutes, 10 seconds to get there. Loncourt at the charity stripe. Second one's up. That one rolls out. He is 5 out of 6 on the night. Devils lead by 3, 34-31. But more importantly, break that 11-point drive and run by the Rocks. Rocks back in the half-court set to the right side. Olivier starts to make a drive. He'll cheat that from 3, as we've talked about. He's gotten 3 trays so far tonight. Ball stays on the right side, back to the top.
Good switch, good talk by the Blue Devils on the defensive end.
Lamonte tried to do a crossover. Clay had him, and Loncourt was right there. To the right wing, Olivier. Jackson sets a screen. Ball comes across. Clay almost had a chance to steal that one as Zulu had it to the right side. Three-pointer no good. Rebound out front. Thomas gets it. And then Loncourt, as he starts to take a step, didn't know anybody was behind him. Olivier takes the ball away and goes in for the layup. A little bit of bad luck, but you also have to be ready when you turn your head first not to start to put that ball down, or at least Keyshawn needs to yell. Devils by 1. Top of the key, Wires, left side. BL3 from 23, good! BL3 says, okay, you take it this time. Take this one.
Well, good job of, getting his feet set, getting ready to shoot. Quick release. 37-33,
2:30 left, third quarter. Devils back on defense. Lamonte to the top of the key, Jackson. Left side, it goes Zulu. Devils switch. Ball goes right side. Keeping the basketball this time. That was Cartwright. And again, 5 on the perimeter. Lamonte now backing it out. Devils doing a good job. Sprick doing a good job on the weak side, staying in the paint. Sprick comes over for help. Clay and Thomas did not close down. Sprick was going to be there that time for the potential charge. Thomas is going to be called for the foul. His first.
And they've got Keyshawn out, on the perimeter, guarding, moving his feet. And to be honest, most of the game he's done a great job.
Olivier from out high, his 3 no good. Good job by Thomas this time, realizing somebody's behind him. Loncourt, Lamonte, there's a blocking call, nobody calls it. Thomas stops, 12-footer, good! Thomas did just a great job. The defense dropped off of him. Thomas hits the J.
Great decision by Keyshawn, stopping at the WB6 and just like a little floater up there, 12-foot. Nice touch.
Surprised Lamonte did not get called for that. It was a blocking foul at half court. We'll take the shot instead. Lamonte left side beats Clay. Good job by Loncourt. Steps up going for the pass, but Lamonte, very acrobatic, reverse with a little double pump until the opposite side. And did they call don't touch the basketball? Was there a warning there or not? That was a good move by Lamonte, who is basically this quarter picked it up.
Well, a 6'2" kid, I tell you what, I can see him up at Blackhawk, doing a heck of a job, at the junior college level. And then we'll see where we can go. Division II maybe, because he handles the ball well, he shoots the ball well.
Don Clay in the backcourt gets it to Sprick. Over to Wires. Lamonte's going to pick him up. 1:20 left in the quarter. Wires through the leg a couple times, now across the timeline. Left side to Sprick. There's a switch, but they're also looking to jump for a double team when possible. Went to Loncourt, quickly back to the left side. Thomas, inside Loncourt. Loncourt's going to spin, and he gives it to Thomas.
Oh.
Thomas was coming down the lane. He did a little wraparound, and Keyshawn, eyes got big, but didn't bring it in, lost the ball out of bounds. 1 minute left. Third quarter action, Devils by 4, 39-35. Lamonte drives. And Sprick comes in. He loses it. That's KJ Lamonte. Sprick went straight up, but still, I'd rather stay on the floor, and take the charge. 52 seconds in the backcourt, Wires. He's got Zulu on him. They both wear number 3. Waves out the defense, or the offense, I should say. The count's coming now as he crossover dribbles. And Coach Douglas, too much dribbling, nowhere to go.
What he sees.
You got it. He calls the timeout with 35.4 left in the third. It's the Blue Devils 39, the Rocks 35. And the Devils got back on track finally after hitting the free throws with 3:50 left in this quarter after an 11-point run by the Rocks. And it became a 2-point game. Now we're back to a 4-point game. And the Devils have the basketball. Chance to make the last score of the third quarter.
Well, 35 seconds left. You definitely want the last shot. Either going to the hole or getting into the paint. Quick kick out for, wide open 3 look. So definitely want to get the last shot of the quarter, though.
Loncourt has been feeling it in this quarter.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think we get the ball to start the fourth because they got the ball to start the third, if I'm not mistaken.
And I do not believe we did not have a jump ball in the whole quarter. I believe you're right, Coach.
So, get a good bucket here, going to the hole, old-fashioned 3 or, kick out for new fashion three, I guess you'd have to call it.
Conventional, conventional. Devils in the half-court set now. Wires has the ball. Back out to Sprick. Lamonte guards him. Longcourt comes out to get it after a screen.
And they're holding the ball for the last second.
20 seconds left now and counting. Longcourt off the left side, just off the horn of the Devil.
Let's get it started about 10 and go.
And we are now down to 10. Longcourt on Lamonte. It's going to be, I thought it was going to go down to Thomas. Here's 5. Longcourt goes in against Lamonte, all the way to the hole, scores! Longcourt takes Lamonte to the hole, and that's the end of the third quarter. He does not foul him.
Well, I guess you don't have to, start at 10, when you got BL3 out there, making a stutter step move, get to the hole easily.
Longcourt finishes off the third quarter. The Devils lose the quarter 15-8, but they take into the fourth quarter with 8 minutes on the board, a 41-35 lead of 6.
Well, and once again, it starts on the defensive end, and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, Blue Devils were not very good on the defensive end. They picked it up a little bit the last 4, shut them down, and stretched it back out from, gosh, they were, up by 2, if I'm not mistaken.
33-31.
And they, pushed it back out to 6, but they're going to have to do a better job defensively this quarter in order to bring this game home.
And, of course, the Raiders play tonight in Warsaw, QD. Their game didn't start, I believe, until 7 o'clock. So we'll wait for Tom Mecklenburg to be sending us something there, or from Eric Irvin. And, of course, he is with the Raider Network. I did not give him an update at halftime, so we'll give him a third quarter update. 41-35. And, of course, we expected this type of a basketball game. We had 2 of them last year. And the Devils will get the ball. Sprick will open it up to take it in. Longcourt, Wires, Thomas, and Clay right now.
Yeah, Clay in for Brown.
Brown's getting a break. Devils with a 6-point lead. Wires has the basketball, man-to-man from both teams the whole game. Sometimes three-quarter court. Sprick pushed him way out there.
Stay down low, Keyshawn.
And they're trying to take it down low. They say it was tipped, and that was from the far official. Now the officials work together. The guy over here on this side did not have it, so he pointed to the other side. He said, yes, we have a tip. Blue Devils will keep the basketball.
To be honest, I think the officials done a good job tonight. We haven't, called them out on anything, or they've been very consistent.
Now early in the game, remember, I snuck something in there, but we forgot about it. Inside Thomas. Oh, and he bounced the ball on the floor. Olivier came across his arm. Rocks have the basketball. Oh, and it's stepping out of bounds right here in the corner. Olivier, official didn't see it, but his air ball came up, and here's Longcourt in the half-court set. Sprick back to Longcourt in the corner. Longcourt drives. Longcourt kicks it back out to Sprick.
Swing it.
And they do. Thought you made me want to make a move here.
Well,
Longcourt on the Clay on the right side.
Pass the ball and swing it.
Oh, Clay with a hesitation to the hole. Clay with a little hesitation, wasn't waiting for any screens. And Dom, great move to the basket. First bucket of the fourth quarter.
And he starts doing that, then they'll, back off, and then he can shoot the 3.
You got it. That's how the game works. When we draw it up that way, that's what you like. 5 on the perimeter for the Rocks. Devils still man-to-man. Lamonte's over here on the left side. The ball goes to the right side, Olivier. Desmond Jackson comes out to play a little catch with him, then goes for a screen. Reverses around here to Cartwright. Lamonte beats Sprick. Oh, Lamonte lost the handle, and it went by BL3. Sprick might have been called for a foul, but BL3 touched it as it went out of bounds. Baseline, the Rock, 6:16 left. Devils lead 43-35. Lamonte comes over. Desmond Jackson gets the ball, though. Comes around the perimeter to the right side, Lamonte. BL3 has him. Dom Clay picks him up all the way to the basket with the little layup, with the leg up and the shot, and a quick timeout there by the Rocks. 6:05 left. Devils 43, Rocks 37. Exciting as we expected from Blue Devil basketball. And as always, on mechasportsco.com. Yes, I do need to give them the points on the other side since he did score.
Uh-oh. Devils making another appearance. Start, at 6:05 to go in the fourth.
Nate Hessler comes out.
And he's going upstairs.
Upper deck for
baby.
Nate with the Blue Devil flag. Good timing by Nate Hessler.
I've never seen this before.
And Nate will go in the history book then. And he brings out the flag, the white flag with the Blue Devil on it.
That's an old one, too.
Oh, it's a little faded. You know what was the first year of the Devil? Because what Terry Thompson said, he'll never forget his first basketball game when Tim, his brother, took him to the pit.
Yep.
And back in that day, we shut the lights off. We had a big old spotlight, and we had the Indian, the Raider, coming out doing the dance. Awesome pregame. And then, of course, when they came to the metal halide lights, once you shut them off, you had to wait 5 minutes or more for them to warm back up.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think Cheryl started way back when, or it might have been before Cheryl, but Cheryl was back in
1960.
The early 60s?
He started in 60.
So.
Devils basketball. Full court pressure from the Rocks. Call timeout. And a double
dribble,
dribble, and they never got it. And Coach saw it. We saw it. He snuck that first dribble in. Devils get it into the half-court set, though.
Swing it.
Inside 6 minutes. Thomas has it. Inside. Clay tries to put the ball on the floor first. Dom made a good cut. He's right at the basket. It's turned and goes straight to the basket. That first basket to put the ball on the floor, the guards are coming. Turnover, here come the Rocks. Lamonte's going to bring it down. Into the left corner, Zulu, also Cartwright. Lamonte trying to go one-on-one. Oh, and a great job of Thomas. Thomas leaves Lamonte. He picks up Cartwright, but then when he went to grab the ball, he touched it. Nobody went for it, and it went out of bounds. Rocks basketball. Zulu will trigger.
I'm going to stand up so I can see that play.
Indeed. Oh, and a good cut here. There was a screen out high, and Devontae Cartwright was the recipient of a good pass and a basket. 43-39. Devils still by 4 with the basketball. High post. Thomas. Lamonte guards him. Right side, Dom Clay. And Dom's going to go all the way around from the right side to the left. Finger roll it up on the left side for a score. And if Dom uses that first step, he's got it. He can take his man to the hole. And like you said, Coach,
very long.
Then he starts firing threes. I'll take it to the basket every time. Lamonte in the right corner. Inside 5 minutes. Oh, Ralph Wires does a great job of taking the charge. I did too. But then he got back up and knocked the ball away and out of bounds.
Stripped him, yep. I mean, good effort. Great effort by Ralph Wires.
That's what defense is about right there. You take a charge, you don't get it, you get back up, you knock the ball out of bounds. Zulu to trigger. Watch where Lamonte goes, or actually watch right here. There it was. Coming on that back screen, Cartwright was coming in. Lamonte at the top. And a traveling call. And much like I said at the beginning of the game, I didn't think Camden traveled. I'm not too sure Lamonte didn't travel either. And that was the call I made earlier that I said I questioned. So now we're even on those. KJ did not travel. 4:47. Devils basketball by 6. Packed house here at Blue Devil Gymnasium, few seats. Wires has it out high. Thomas comes out to set a screen. Ralph comes back out. Clay from 22. Clay shot, no good. Not a bad look. Oh, and Wires almost slapped the ball away on Cartwright. Lamonte comes across where it says Quincy right in front of the scoring table. Wires has got him right now. So a shorter, strong guy with a switch with Thomas once in a while. Right side, Olivier. Screen coming for Cartwright. No action off of it. Back to the top. Desmond Jackson. He stopped. And the Devils doing a good job of stopping the action. Lamonte, a crossover. Thomas comes and picks him up. Thomas takes the ball away. Lamonte's forcing it in too much, and the Devils are doubling up so well. BL3, pullback, good! Inside the arc, but BL3. And he sees that momentum in those cases after a good D. And now a foul. Is that right, Coach?
No, he lost the ball out of bounds.
All right, I couldn't tell if it was a foul or the out of bounds. And Coach Mark does not like it. He's got a 30-second with 3:42 left. Devils have built up back an 8-point lead, 47-39. Good stuff.
Well, great job last 2-3 minutes, controlling the ball, on the defensive end and then pushing it down, on the offensive end. And that's where the Blue Devils' bread and butter is tonight.
Hey, we watched Super Bowl yesterday. Mahomes is one quarterback. Brock Purdy is the other quarterback.
Yesterday or the day before?
Day before.
Day before.
It all blends together. But Jeff Purdy, of course, is our friend.
Yep.
Did you know that Jeff Purdy is Nate Hessler's cousin?
I did not know that.
There you go. I did not know that. We're talking like Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon.
Well, hopefully Jeff's listening to us out in, I believe, West Virginia, if I'm not mistaken.
He was, because that's the reason he asked that when I mentioned Nate Hessler. Of course, our senior year, it was Mr. Schrader was the Devil. 3:42 left. Devils will have the basketball, 47-39.
Well, we just got to take care of the basketball and get good shots every possession.
First thing you got to do is get the basketball in.
Yep.
Sprick comes down to help out. He'll get it to Longcore, and now the Devils will drop back. Lamonte picks him up at half court. Bradley goes into the high post. Stepping back, actually, and out to the front is Thomas. Thomas did a 1 or 2 dribbles. Now we go down to the short corner. Longcore, he's getting double teamed, but it skips it left side. Good. Dom Clay from 22. Give the assist to Longcore.
Well, once again, you get the paint touches, wide open kick, step into the wide open 3.
And look opposite, as you said, Coach. Olivier in the right corner. Sprick picks him up. And a drive. We got a jump ball. Keyshawn stepped in, didn't move enough, but he put his arm in. Usually a call for a foul. This time it's a jump ball, and the Devils will have it with 3:03. Devils have built up an 11-point lead. Nope, now we'll go back the other way. It is the Rocks. Devils did get the last one. Zulu to trigger. That just fits in there.
Good job by Longcore, fighting over the screen and staying in Lamont's face.
Devils stay man-to-man. Thomas had Lamont, comes left side, Zulu. Zulu had gotten Clay, and Clay had fallen down, but Clay got back up, and then after the rebound, Tyler Sprick rips it away from Cartwright. Then shuffles down at the waist. Great play by Thomas. He went for the reverse layup, missed it. He gets his own rebound, strong to the hole. Keyshawn is a monster. Olivier for 3. Ooh, Olivier comes down and hits the 3, and the Rocks call a timeout. And I got to agree with Coach over here for the Rocks. It was a jump ball, and Sprick, after a second, just took it away, went down the court, shuffled around the waist. Keyshawn went from the right block to the left with a reverse, missed it, got his own rebound, and the putback.
Well, once again, the effort on the glass tonight, has been the difference of, the Blue Devils, being up by, 10 points here with 2:28 to go. It's been incredible.
Making sure I stayed up with the points. I got so excited, I forgot to give the Rocks some points. Don't worry, we've got the board down there. Alan Ippenson, Dick Wintura, Mr. Durhickey, and Mr. Barnes. And Jeff Purdy throws.
Yeah, they've got it covered down there for sure.
And of course, much like Siskel and Ebert, we got three thumbs up instead of 2 from Jeff Purdy. Glad you're listening out there, Jeff. Shout outs to Longo again in Florida, Larry O'Hora in Texas, all the Blue Devil fans that are out there. Make sure you send us an email. We'll give you a shout out. 2:28 left here, 52-42. Devils picking up the pressure, and it came from the defensive side. But Longcore, he feels the momentum, and when the defense gets a good break, that's when he feels it at the other end. I think he feels it all the time. Sprick gonna get trapped. He'll get it to Longcore. He'll come across the timeline. Bradley waiting for that second guy to come for a possible trap. Longcore starts the drive all the way in, lost the handle. Don Clay saved it, though.
Out, guys.
Keyshawn saved it. And I guess they're going to say he's on the line.
Either that or he traveled.
No, I think he was on the line.
Cheek to cheek. I don't know.
I think what happened was Bradley got it a little out of control coming through. He got it to Dom, but it went out of bounds, and Dom with a great save. And Keyshawn was on the floor just about ready to give it back to BL3.
Well, right now the time is to pull it out, make them come out and guard you. You know, your backdoor cuts because they're going to be overplaying. You know, take the ball to the basket. You know, finish this game off at the free throw line.
Devils will pick up at half court. It is still Wires, Clay, Longcore, Thomas, and Sprick for the Rocks. Left side, Lamonte, leading scorer in the conference. Had a good third quarter. Cartwright going inside. Oh, and a great job. Wires slaps down, but then Thomas blocks the shot.
Bring it out, bring it out. There we go.
Good help there from Keyshawn. Inside 2 minutes, 10-point lead.
Clock's your friend right now.
Longcore works right side. Somebody's got to come help him.
Yep.
Clay does, and a triple team. Slapping down was Devontae.
That's where you got to have the opposite side coming up, breaking up to the free throw line, or the elbow catching the pass and then going back door, you know, for the easy layups.
Cartwright his second, first on the Rocks in this quarter. For the girls tomorrow night, that Thursday night, come to the passes against O'Fallon. That's how you get fouls.
Pass the
Wires.
ball.
Oh, and Wires got up in the ground, up off the air.
Not to the other
trap.
team. Pass the ball, but not to the other team.
Olivier with the basket, and he took it in. Well, it was a double to a triple team. And now on the back, Bengo, his first foul. He scored in the first and second, but I think he must be sitting a little bit because I really haven't seen much of him. Second foul against the Rocks. 122. Lots of pressure.
Need to get the ball in BL3's hands, you know, clear out, you know, let him go one-on-one, bring it down, you know, and control the game.
I'll count on that, but also it's got to move from hand to hand because when you're getting double and triple teams, here's the long pass into the front court. Oh, my. Sprick got the ball. And look at this. This official is going to come all the way down here in front of the Rocks bench to say it went off the rock and it didn't go off of Blue Devils. Now, we saw the same thing. Sprick went up to reach for it, and the rock came around him, knocked the ball away, and it looked like it went off the rocks. But, I'm three-quarter court.
Yeah, I can't see that far.
I can't believe the official ran all the way down there.
Yeah.
But if he saw it, he saw it.
Yep.
Long court in the backcourt. Here comes the double team. Oh, Wires almost lost the handle, but he got it back.
Well, bring it out, bring it out.
No need to shoot. Wires on the left side. You got to watch for the double teams. They're running and jumping. Wires waits that time. In the corner, Thomas. Thomas strong to the hole with the left, count it. He took Jackson to the hole for two.
Layups and free throws at the end of the ball game. That's what wins.
And that was a layup. 10-point lead inside 1 minute. Stick around for the postgame. We'll break it down and we'll talk to Coach. Olivier.
Charge.
A charge. Oh, my. And the only reason is the fact that Olivier was starting to make a move to the right, but Sprick did a great job of taking that charge. The Jeremiah was not to be. Still on the ground, though, for the Devils, only their first foul in this quarter. Rocks with only 2 and 48.0 left in this one. Cartwright to trigger it. Watch Lamonte. He's right there in the lane. Lamonte drops all the way back. And he's outside for 22. Shot. Good. You knew he was going to take one. Lamonte drills from the right wing. We got a quick timeout. Devils still up by 7. Lamonte only had 2 points in the first quarter. Second quarter did not score. Third quarter he got hot. 10 points in that third quarter. And he's got 5 in this one, so he's got 17 for the game, but it's all comes second quarter beyond.
So he's a good-looking ball player. I mean, and he's got NBA range, you know, for the three. Very quick, very athletic. You know, he will take it to the hole. So, yeah, very, very good ball player.
And, of course, he popped up a couple years ago in this lineup. Hey, I also saw Dr. George Meyer in the front row tonight. Had a chance to say hi to him. What a legend in the public school system. Dr. Meyer also played at Quincy College back in the day. He used to play at the YMCA, too. I think he quit the game before Tom Gott and all those guys did. Also, a shout-out to Larry Moore. Hope you're feeling better, Larry. The legend, who wore so many different numbers, but 22 was the mainstay. His son Jake was in town, and that's the guy in the locker room today with Coach Douglas when I came in. He's been a friend of mine. We used to play basketball together back when he was a little guy. Now he is a bodybuilding tattoo monster living in San Antonio. 43.1 left, 54-47. Devils by 7 with the basketball. In the ball game for the first time, Javion Clark Pugh, I believe. I couldn't read my writing.
He's in there probably if they get it in to foul.
You got it, Loncourt. And here it was. And he was going quick to foul, but I think Go got the foul first. As soon as that ball went to Loncourt, he flew there.
Well, and how many fouls do we have before we start shooting?
2 more. That's the third foul.
2 more, okay.
So 41.5.
So you've got to, foul quick.
And don't hold it when the double team or triple team comes, man. Get that ball out.
Hot potato right now. Play hot potato.
Dom Clay's in the ball game. Thomas gets it after it was tipped by Cartwright. But then Thomas gets it taken away. Lamonte for 3. No good. Weak side rebound, but blocked by Thomas. Great block by Thomas.
Well, and then Keyshawn went and got the ball afterwards.
All the way the other way. Ralph Wires misses the finger roll, but Dom Clay is there for the bucket. Clay with 9 points in the fourth quarter.
Nail in the coffin right there.
56-47. Lamonte. Clay guards him. Good defense. That's okay. Keyshawn with the block shot. He lost it at half court, came down here and blocks the shot.
Well, he blocked the shot, and then he got the rebound, and he started the fast break going the other way. I mean, unbelievable play by Keyshawn.
KJ Lamonte will be there. I think Coach said, hey, great play, but don't go tripping anybody when you're down there on the floor. 12.8 seconds left. KJ Lamonte at the free throw line. Billy Gay making his way out. There's a legend from yesteryear. Jimmy Gay in the house as well tonight. Lamonte, his shot. First one is good. He'll have another one.
I tell you what, if you want to watch high school basketball, this is the place to be tonight.
Last year it was 5 and 6. There's the Lentzes again. We saw them at the girls' gym on Wednesday night, senior night. Second shot up. Lamonte misses. But what do we have there? Nobody moved after he shot it. So I don't know if they were even ready for that. One shot.
Well, they gave him the ball, so
did they give him 3?
I don't know.
Did they give him 3 shots? Maybe that was it.
Yep.
So Lamonte was behind the arc. So 1 for 2, he'll have a third. Devils still lead by 8, 12.8. Lamonte's next shot, good. Devils basketball. 56-49. And Keyshawn gets it in right away, and our foul on number 15. Javion Pugh, his first. The fourth, so still 1 more before the Devils get to shoot. 11 seconds exactly. I already had my free throw down there, Coach, on that other one. Creating the 3 shots. 11.0, 56-49, 7-point game. Dom Clay to trigger. Is it? And it bounces right in there to Cartwright. Goes to the weak side. Shot from 3, no good. Dom with a tip, no good. Keyshawn gets the rebound. And that'll be the 5th foul. And that'll be Go's 3rd foul. And so with that.
Apropos, Keyshawn finishes the game off.
Keyshawn, a monster inside tonight on the boards, and that block shot was so key there.
The block shot and then the rebound, because that was a 7-point lead. They make that, you're down to 5, 2-possession game. Big play by Keyshawn earlier.
3rd time the clock is stopped on an exact second. 2.0. Keyshawn with the first one.
Finish it off, big fella.
He's got 1 more. Coach, you talked about this teams. Both teams have given up more than their average, 57-49. They both give up around 42. 1 more shot here. Places erupted numerous times. Nate Hessler, of course, at halftime with the flag. Or was that the 3rd quarter?
Well, it was like 2 minutes to go into the 4th.
Keyshawn was there to get the rebound. It took 3 more dribbles on the rim. And there's the buzzer, and there is the final. Your Blue Devils withstand the 11-point run to start the 3rd quarter off. They come away with a 9-point run in the 4th quarter. When it got within 6, it was as close as 2 at one point, 33-31. But the Devils with the victory, 58-49, and now it sets the stage for the Rock Garden on Thursday night.
And the winner takes the Western Big Six crown outright. So, yeah, big game coming up at the Garden.
And that should be a blast. A lot of people, I tell you what, now that the people kind of started working their way down, it looks like there's more people than were here before.
Well, I tell you what, great crowd tonight, but you wouldn't expect anything less from the, Blue Devil faithful. Gosh, I think it seats, 5,500? We probably have 4,500 in here tonight on a Tuesday night. So, great game, great support. Gosh, Thursday night's going to be big.
And, Coach, I don't care what night it was of the week here, when you're talking about Blue Devil basketball and against the Rocks for the Western Big Six, they're coming out. And, it could have been a foot of snow. They're coming out.
Well, yeah, and it's one of those things where, a very unique situation. Tuesday, Thursday, end of the year, last week of the regular season, you've got these two teams playing for the, Western Big Six championship. And, right now we sit tied and we got one more game left, up at the Rock Garden.
Well, this is the way it all started at 7 o'clock. Devils hit the first three of the ball game. The Rocks came up with 9 points. It was 9-3. Devils had a 7-point run to take it to 10-9. And after we went back and forth, first quarter's over, 20-15. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I love them. Always saying hi to the fans there. As it was 20-15 after one. Second quarter, Devils ratcheted it up. They scored only 13 but they only gave up 5 points. Halftime, 33-50. And when we talk about it, in the first half, a lot of balls rolled off the iron early in this ball game. We wondered if it would come back to haunt us. Not so much haunt us as just make it a little tougher ball game.
Yeah.
So halftime, we're up 33-20. Here comes the Rocks out of the locker room, score the first 11 points of the third quarter, and it's a 33-31 game. Boom, we come down with a big hit there, and free throw, actually, it was with 3:50 left in the third, and I believe Loncourt hit the free throw. Devils, though, made a nice run to finish off the quarter as they scored 7 more points, only gave up 4 in that stretch, still up 41-35 after 3. And then when it was 43-39 after a bucket by the Rocks, Devils on a 9-point run opened up to 13 points and would eventually, after back and forth, win this one 58-49, and the Devils improved to 27-3. More importantly, one game closer on the side for the Western Big Six, which now gives us what did we start, 10-1 in here, now 11-1? No, 12-1.
Well, no,
we got to have 13 games.
We were 11-2, I believe.
Oh, sorry.
And Rocky came in 11-1, 10-2. So, now we've forged, to where we're tied with them with both 2 losses. So, right now Moline's an afterthought.
But that's what I was thinking. I forgot about them.
Moline's an afterthought with their 3 losses. And, the Blue Devils have an opportunity to finish this thing off, up at the Rock Garden. And I tell you what, that is one heck of a place to play. And I tell you what, Thursday night they'll probably be 6,500, up in the Rock Garden, and it'll be raucous, and a bunch of those will be Quincy High fans. And
I'll tell you, unlike some of the games we've been up there, they've had okay crowds, but they've had nothing like the old days. There's been nothing where it's been a packed house out here, and of course Ken will be there. That's the Rock Island Station. Is here over here to our right, as he's been here tonight covering Rocky. Joe and Danny cover Moline. We had a chance to see them at Wharton Fieldhouse. Not sure if they're covering the postseason or not, but what a great job by the Devils with a big victory here, because you had to take care of business here before you could go up there and worry about anything. So, hey, let's break down the scoring. First of all, for the Devils, who now improved to 27-3, 11-2 in the conference. And, of course, Rick Osley right there, who we mentioned earlier in the ball game, assistant principal. Devils were led in scoring. BL3 had 17. Keyshawn, 13. Of course, the last 2 free throws after that. So Keyshawn had 13. And then we dropped down 10 points from Dom Clay. 8 points out of Tyler Sprick. 7 from Ralph Wires. 3 points out of Cameron Wires. He came in and hit that 3 in the second quarter. That was so key. Camden Brown did not score, but was effective when he was in there. And I believe that was our lineup there, Coach. We did not get anybody in the post. Keyshawn did not come out of the – well, he might have came out of the game, but I'm not sure when he did. He might have played all 32 minutes tonight.
I mean, the thing that I look at as far as the scoring goes for the Blue Devils is, Camden Brown, as effective as he was out there on the floor, did not score tonight, but, they still ended up with a 9-point W.
And he had the great game the other night against Jacksonville, so with that, that's pretty good stuff. That shows you what team is all about.
Oh, yeah.
And the Devils are. Let me go on the other side for Rock Island now, 23-7. 11-2 in the conference, tied with the Blue Devils, and so matched up for the big one on Thursday night. They were led by, of course, KJ Lamonte, only 2 points in the first. He had first half. He had 17 in the second. He finished with 19. Larry Olivier Jr., 4 3-pointers, 1 in each quarter. He had 18 points, 5 points out of Devontae Carter, 4 out of Bengo, and, of course, Lawson Zulu. He had 3 points. And checking to see Desmond Jackson was in the ball game a bunch, did not score. And then later on we had Javion Clark-Pugh. He came in for a foul but did not score. He was in there for the fouls. But again, both teams went with their guys and played playoff-like basketball, as Don O'Brien gives us a thumbs up here. Good stuff tonight.
Yeah, this was basically sectional quality basketball tonight, with the Devils and the Rocks. And, to be honest with you, we might see these folks again at Bloomington.
Rocks looking good. Rocks got a good-looking ball team. And they are, again, they're on the perimeter, 5 on the perimeter. They do not set up a post, as Coach said. They're very much outside driven. They're going to try to move and screen, make stuff happen, and then look for avenues to drive to the basket. And I thought what the Devils did so good tonight was help side. A lot of guys came over on help side and did a great job of stopping the ball.
Well, their communication tonight was, tremendous. They're switching up. Keyshawn did a heck of a job, out at shoot the top of the key, elbow, and guarding, guards coming off of it, moving his feet, challenging the shots. And, I thought he was huge on the glass.
And, of course, the momentum. You watch a team that's, after a couple years, has been building. And we had the 2 years ago, the excitement of that team going all the way to the Supers. They've really matured, and they look so good out there. Loncourt, of course, after a good defensive stand, Bradley's looking, and he's looking for the shot and the opening, because that's the momentum. And when you're at home, much like dunks, that's when the momentum goes. I mean, you can be at the top levels, dunks are wonderful home or away. But, at these levels, at home, they count. And they're only 2 points. So if you're going to dunk one, make sure it gets into the basket. And Devils tonight, good stuff out here. So Thursday night, the Devils will be up at the Rock Garden, 7 o'clock for the tip-off there for the conference championship. At 6 o'clock on Thursday, the Blue Devil girls will be down in O'Fallon at 6. They'll take on the host school, the Panthers, the defending state champion, as they're trying to win a regional there. Also up the street at Jerseyville, well, I should say up 255, as that highway's so nice there. It blends into 67, but it's so nice to get up there a little quicker. And they play at the exact same time at 6 o'clock. They also play the host school, as Jerseyville had a victory there. So lots of basketball on Thursday. Then on Friday, we're going to shift gears, and we're going to head across town to the Pit. It's senior night, and they are playing Keokuk Chiefs. The Chiefs, I think, beat West Hancock, and I don't know if it was in overtime. West Hancock's playing tonight at home at Warsaw, and that's where QND is. And I'll see if the Raider Network and Eric Irvin will be firing us anything there, as we fired up a score from here earlier tonight. So, Coach, busy week here at good basketball.
Well, I tell you what, when you're, at the, mecca of high school basketball here in Quincy, Illinois, you're going to get a good game every night, whether it be QND Lady Raiders, the Lady Blue Devils, the Blue Devils, or the QND Raiders. You're going to get a great game, and excellent high school basketball every night.
And, of course, we're going to see who's faster, Eric Irvin or Tom Mecklenburg. Mecklenburg, of course, the official book for Wes Hancock and Coach Dahl. He's been there for a long time doing that, and that's Ralph Mecklenburg's brother. Ralph played for Sycamore, but came down here and played at Quincy College in the his era. There was a hard-working guy inside and on rebounds and defense as Ralph. And even in the later years in the Gus Mackers, I guess to tell you, he had a broken jaw and it was wired shut. He still played slow-pitch softball and dove into third base. So that's some pretty good stuff there. And, of course, the Devil fans and faithful are out here. And we want to thank not only all those people we thanked tonight, and we're going to, again, I'll look it all over to see if I missed anybody. Tried to think about everybody out there. But we'll have a chance. And more importantly, thank you to the fans. Thank you to the sponsors and the patrons. We appreciate that. And that goes for both schools. If it wasn't for you, these sports would not be able to be handled. And for your enthusiasm to bring us to this level of basketball and of history for the teams that are here. And we are going to talk Thursday night. I hope I got to do some more research, but talk about that Blue Devil girls and talk about the 90s when they had those 3 20-win seasons in a row, took 1 year off, still won, I think it was 16 or 18, I'll have to look. Maybe it was 14 and 12, but then came back the next year and went to state with another 20-plus win. Great job there by Tom Berry and Gary Hendrick, and of course.
Well, and that's the only team that we don't have a running count with, for number of victories is the Lady Blue Devils. So if anybody out there knows, I need to get a hold of my sister and have her.
Well, I've got the old
out her yearbook.
Yep, I've got the old stuff.
And,
so it's a few voids there. Stratman took over for 3 seasons, I believe, after Tom Berry. So we'll do a double check there. Stratman might have some of that information, but it's called research.
Well, and to be honest with you, I think we're at 21-31 here now for the Blue Devil boys. The Raider boys are 1,500 plus. The Lady Raiders just got over their 1,000 this year. So I'm imagining with our 4 teams here in this town of, 40,000. You know what I mean? It used to be 50, it was 30, now probably 40.
Little Chicago way back when.
Well, to have 4,000 wins with teams in this town, it's amazing. For the size of the town, this is not Chicago. This is not a big metropolitan area. To have 40,000 people in the town on average, for the last 40 years, and to have over 4,000 wins with the teams. That's incredible. That's
just her foundation out there. And, of course, the girls didn't start until 75, I think it was. So for the girls to get there pretty quick.
Oh, my goodness.
That was nice there. And, of course, we did see up at Wharton Fieldhouse, I believe, before the other night, they had 1868.
Yeah, something like that.
I believe I saw on the far side. And we'll be waiting for Coach Douglas here to break down in the post-game show. Of course, his comments will be powered by Cunis Honda and Cunis Hyundai. We thank them for all season long. We've talked about some people buying cars. We talked about the Christmas Festival of Lights that they sponsored way back in December. 1,300 to Cornerstone for the Dancing with the Local Stars. The food banks, they just do so much.
So are you dancing next year? Or?
Yeah, I will not dance. Here's my dance coach. And if you want to get on the video, it's a old disco dance. And for those people out here, I am moving.
John Travolta dance?
No, I'm moving my right my main finger, my pointing finger up and down in disco fashion. That's what you're going to get. I came from the rock and roll. While the disco music was wonderful, and at late night you always found yourself still at the Forum, I'm sorry, I was kind of those with the Chicago White Sox.
Oh, that's getting old, man.
Disco sucks. So there you go. Anyway, with that. And by the way, now that you got me on that, 106.5 in the Quad Cities, take down your classic rock banner. When you're playing Madonna and ABBA, you are not classic rock. So there you go. I believe Haley Woodward might have had her birthday, or somebody was up on the board. Coach just yelled to somebody down there. So see, I can yell, Coach can yell, we can all yell at somebody.
Well, everybody's in a good mood tonight. We got the W, but business is coming up Thursday night. That's going to be, the game for all the marbles. And, we're going to have to go up there and in a hostile environment and compete and do what we do in order to win.
And not just the marbles up there. We got the marbles down at O'Fallon as well. So we want to get as many as we can for all the marbles. There you go. That's another one of those I'm going to look up, like bushel and a peck. I did not have a chance to find out how much a bushel and a peck actually were. We talked the other night about tonight and said we don't know if there's a dinner. When I got home, immediately the baseball team was sponsoring a dinner, so we made sure we posted that today. So, folks, again, if you got a good comment or a thought out there, send it our way because we will share with there if it's good stuff, especially if it belongs in the Devils or the Raiders side of basketball as well. So, and I'll save our Miley Loncore's color of her shoes for girls' night because I did do my research on that as well.
That's Thursday.
You know,
and we'll be,
and there's Thames. Thames, of course, is Tim Walsh. And years ago.
Well, he's out here looking at some of his recruits, hopefully.
Indeed. Of course, and Tim would be out here anyway for good basketball. But, yes, him and Hawkins, I have not checked to see how they did against UMSA the other night to see if, or the other day to break that 4-game skid. We'll give you some of that when the action is not so packed to where you stay with the action and you really don't distract from that. We have halftime to share some of those things. We share in the pregame show as well. But when it comes time for the action of basketball, the call is where it's at, and we saw some good stuff. And really, tonight we talked about the officiating. Other than the travel, I didn't think it was a travel early, and I also didn't think that KJ Lamonte traveled. Most of it was pretty darn good call. And Coach Douglas now joins us, and we thank him for joining us. Big victory there and good stuff. And I'll tell you, Coach, we started off on the right foot. Second quarter was a really good quarter. We only gave up 5 points. Then we started off the third quarter, and they came out with 11 points, and we needed a timeout.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a great performance by our guys defensively. Coming in, and this is a really tough team to guard. And I don't know, I know you guys can see it, but you're playing 5 out and an array of ball screens out top and the action that they do, the movement that they have. It's tough. And you're throwing your big man out there who, some people might, hey, why don't you just run zone or why don't you sit him back and don't switch, keep him inside. But Keyshawn, like Ralph, is a great on-ball defender. And we got quite a few guys that have stepped up as great on-ball defenders, and he was huge for us tonight.
And we talked about that in the pregame. You mentioned that, and we saw a lot of good switches, good talk out there on defense. Pretty impressive out there. And KJ Lamonte leading the conference in scoring, I believe, 2 points in the first half.
Yeah, we did a phenomenal job on him as well, making it as difficult as possible. And they knocked down some contested shots, which we knew that they would. You're not going to hold teams like that and players like that completely dry, but we did a really good job of getting the hand up, being active, communicating on every one of our switches, and again, just a great, talk individual defense, but a great team effort out there tonight.
Well, and starting the ball game off on the offensive side, Ralph hits a 3, Sprick takes it to the hole, and then he hits a 3.
Yeah.
So we've opened up out there, and then BL3, every time there was a momentum switch, we had a great defensive play. BL3 knew it was time for a 3 on the other end.
Yeah, no, this is a total team effort. I thought everybody stepped in. Tyler was huge, played with a lot of confidence, guarded extremely well. Was on him all night to take a charge, and he finally gets one, and it just doesn't go his way. But just a really tough kid, and I think everybody climbs on what he does. When he plays with that style of toughness and being the great teammate he is, he did a phenomenal job.
They didn't ask me. I had the charge. So did Coach Pettit down here, and finally Jeremiah here. One other point here before Coach takes it over here. Keyshawn was a monster, and I love everybody tonight. When they made a play, Ralph got knocked to the floor, got back up, and knocked the ball out of play.
Yeah.
Keyshawn on that one. Blocks a shot. Dom had a block shot. Just so many key defensive plays.
Yeah, Keyshawn was monster tonight. I know he was frustrated first half, leaving a lot of points out there. But, I told him you knock them down when you needed to. In the fourth quarter, came up with a couple really big plays. And just proud of them, proud of the senior group. I mean, to go undefeated on your home court, that's not something every team that goes through here, can say. And just proud of the effort that they had.
Well, and, my thing is the glass, the effort on the glass, offensively and defensively, have been – tonight was incredible.
We've seen crazy times, Coach. Hit the road, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little loud on that. But anyway, go ahead there, Coach.
But the rebounding.
The rebounding was
effort.
huge, and we have to have that. I mean, you can't give teams like that, especially teams that shoot, long threes. I mean, long threes equal long rebounds, and our guys were in position to fight for those.
Well, and the second thing, Keyshawn moving his feet, out on the perimeter, guarding their guards. He was incredible tonight.
Well, I don't think he gets, the credit he deserves. Obviously, he's huge on inside, guarding, 6'8" guys, giving up some inches there. But he was phenomenal on the perimeter. He's one of the best on-ball defenders we have. He does a great job of keeping guys in front, and did with, their best player a lot tonight.
And, Coach, here we go. You got to go home tonight and prepare for a team on Thursday night. Wait, it's the same team. So do we go with the same scouting report and do just what we did tonight?
There's a couple adjustments that we really need to make, and maybe not adjustments should be the right word, but just key things defensively we really need to focus on. Offensively, with their pressure that we're going to focus on too. But this is what you want, playing final 2 games of the season for a conference title. We ended the first one right. Now we got to go there and do the same thing.
And the great thing is it gets the catapult and take that momentum into the postseason.
Absolutely. Got to be ready for it.
So in the Big Six on the road, that's going to be special.
Well, and going to Rocky, too. I mean, one of the tougher places to play.
Yep.
This is a competitive group. I know they'll be ready.
Well, go home tonight, enjoy the win, get ready for Rocky on Thursday. Good stuff, Coach.
All right, man. Thank you, guys.
All right, and, of course, that's Andy Douglas. His comments are powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai as the Devils with the victory tonight. Woo, great job here, and they set the stage for the Rock Garden on Thursday night, Coach. And how do we get to be in 2 places at once?
Well, I don't know if we can. Shoot, if we could, we would.
And
no
we will
ifs,
be.
ands, or buts.
And we will be either way. No matter where we're at, we're going to be picking up from the other site as well, and we'll be bringing it back to our listeners and our viewers to let them know what's happening there. But tonight, good job by the Blue Devils. Big victory.
Well, aside from, a couple of spurts, on the defensive end, tonight was an unbelievable job, shutting down a, athletic, 5-out with, playing with basically 5 guards. Did a good job defensively, communicating, rebounding. They need to, continue this, on Thursday night and get the W.
And I say goodbye to my fellow UNLV fan. Goodbye, Chad. Have a good night, as he was out here broadcasting as well tonight. But good stuff here. Last home game from Blue Devil Gymnasium for this season. Last Western Big Six at home from this season with, like Coach mentioned, undefeated at home. That's so key to, again, always hold your own floor. Go out and get as many as you can on the road, right, Coach?
Well, I tell you what, you win at home. You go undefeated at home, and you split the road games, which, we found out this year, going to Wharton and playing, tough. Going to Sterling and playing, tough, okay? Yeah, we still got one more, and that's the Rock Garden, and that's probably, I must say, that might be the toughest place to play on the road in the Big Six.
And you go for an MVP of the game. Coach, I got it. I'm not even going to let you have it.
Well, you have it. It's you.
You got it. Quincy High, your defense, team defense, you are the players of the game. Entire team defense tonight is what got this one done. Loose balls, rebounds, everything they need to do. So
great communication, on the defensive end, playing there, switching man-to-man, and everybody guarded everybody tonight, and, for the most part, the defensive glass, and they own the defensive glass tonight against Rocky.
Coach, last thoughts?
See you Thursday.
There you go. Coach, you get home and make sure you take your lovely wife out tomorrow night on Valentine's Day. All of you out there as well, your significant others or whoever is in your life, as I travel to Springfield to see my grandson and daughter. And we'll be back on the action Thursday night and Friday night. And, of course, we're all over as we put some 7,000 miles on the car on the road trips this year. It's good. And that's just one car. That's not even counting you coming from Rockford. From Blue Devil
my car's got a few more miles.
Indeed. From Blue Devil Gymnasium, it has been exciting. It's Western 6 action. Your final, the Quincy High Blue Devils 58, the Rock Island Rocks 49. It has been a blast, and this has been Blue Devil basketball, Western Big Six style, Wellman and Pettit on MeccaSportsCo.com. Good night, everyone.